Mucopolysaccharidosis type 2.
The IDS gene that provides for instructions for producing the 12S enzyme. The mutation in the IDS gene is the one that causes the MPS type 2 to occur. It is located on the X chromosome, position 28.
Transcription is the process information in a strand of DNA is copied into a molecule of mRNA. DNA stores genetic material in the nuclei of cells as a reference, located in the nucleus of the cell. Translation is a process in which ribosomes in the cytoplasm, or ER, synthesize proteins after the process of transcription of DNA to RNA in the cell's nucleus. mRNA is a messenger, tRNA transfers RNA. RNA is to carry information of amino acid sequence from the genes to where proteins are assembled on ribosomes in the cytoplasm.
tRNA is used in translation in a single RNA strand that is only 80 nucleotides long, containing an anticodon on the other end connecting the base pairs. RNA, the building blocks for ribosomes, are used in the assembly line, and protein synthesis occurs within the ribosome.
In mRNA, the molecules that show genetic information from DNA to the ribosome, where they specify the amino acid sequence of the protein products of gene expression.
RNA, in other words, ribonucleic acid, occurs in most, if not all, forms of life. It also codes and decodes sequences. The nitrogenous bases in RNA are adenine, guanine, cytosine, and uracil, which replaces thymine in DNA. RNA is a single helix. And for DNA, in other words, deoxyribonucleic acid, consists of two strands and wind around one another to form a shape known as the double helix. Each strand has a backbone made of alternating sugar, deoxyribose, and phosphate groups. It also carries genetic information and the instructions an organism needs to develop, live, and reproduce. The mutation we chose is a nonsense mutation in the sequence of DNA that results in a stop codon in the transcribed mRNA and an incomplete and usually non-functional protein product.
Some symptoms of mucopolysaccharidosis are it develops between ages 2 and 4. You develop full lips, large rounded cheeks, broad nose, and an enlarged tongue. And it may look like you have no neck because the spinal cord and neck get compressed.
With enlarged airways, it shortens the amount of space they have to breathe or swallow. With a narrow airway, it causes repetitive upper respiratory infections and short pauses during sleep. As they get older, and the longer that they've had mucopolysaccharidosis type 2, they need a lot of medical attention to keep their airway open in order to breathe. The heart valve is affected by MPS 2 as well. With heart valve problems, it can cause the heart to enlarge and eventually lead to heart failure. Narrowing of the spinal cord can occur. The neck compresses and damages the spinal cord and develops heart issues as well. They have shortened lifespans. The skeletal issues usually have to do with longer bones thickening, such as the ribs, and they show up on x-rays. They have large heads because of fluid buildup in the brain, hearing loss and recurrent ear infections, and reduced vision because light-sensitive tissue develops in the back of the eye, eventually causing them to become blind.